Would you worry about racism if he ran for president?
No. I know it exists. I know that you can't escape it, but I do not believe it is as prevalent as some on the left would like us to believe. I do believe a vast majority of Americans judge you on the content of your individual character rather than the color of your skin. I think a lot of people in America, especially in this day and age, now more so than ever before, it's not about race. It's about the fact that they don't give a damn about it because they got their own problems. That's entirely different than believing they are superior to you and they want to hold you back from ascending. That's not what's going on to the degree that it was decades ago. What's going on now is that we have more white Americans and others suffering and worried about the state of our nation. And because they're concerned about that, that's where their worries lie.
And let me be clear. The question is, would you worry about racism if you ran for president? And he said no. Nigga, you tripping. Them white folks will call you every type of monkey, ape, gorilla, chimpanzee in the damn book, bro. You forget the Obama's AI as monkeys video that leaked last week. They would have you in Georgia the Jungle, Dunstan checks in, Bubbles memes. They would have you in any famous monkey that exists. Curious Stephen A. Smith. That's what they would call you. And it'd be some black people that would be racist against you too, because they just think you be doing too much. You too boisterous. I do wonder why I'm hearing all this presidential talk with Stephen A. Smith, like, he may run for president, he may run for president. This man is a sports analyst. That's what he went to school for. I don't know anything about him being in any type of political, even activist work. The extent that I know is the same thing that we all see, is that when it comes to black athletes, he got more smoke for them than he do for white athletes who may do similar or the same things that deserve criticism. And Stephen A. Smith is a very charismatic personality, and he uses that personality. It comes off performative. Not saying that he's a performative person, but if you try to put him in politics and he get to all that yelling and hooting and hollering about nothing and carrying on, then yeah, it's going to seem very performative. And I know I wouldn't take it serious. I don't think a lot of people would take it serious. So this got to all be a distraction. I wonder if he's getting paid to say these things. You know, like who is standing behind this? That every time I open up Instagram, the algorithm, and maybe that's because I don't keep watching these videos. I scroll past them. The algorithm shows me another post about Stephen A. Smith potentially becoming the president. Like, that's not something I care to aspire to. You know what I'm saying? He ain't Barack Obama. You know what I'm saying? Like, boy, now we gonna have a first black president was this real smooth dude. Second black president is him. Nah. Wow, man. And I know a lot of people say the same about me. What is it? Who are you to talk about all these subjects that you be talking about on your? He could talk politics. He could speak his mind. I'm just saying, does he seem like the type of person that you would take serious to vote into your local office? Would you make him the mayor of your city? Would you make him the governor of your state? What is he going to do? See, all of these platforms that he goes on and has these conversations, it seems interesting because what I see is him just pandering, just like this. I don't think racism is as prevalent as it once was. And I can understand that to the degree of, no, we're not still getting hosed down in the streets and chased by dogs. And, you know, it's not like officers aren't just leaning their knees on the back of a black man's neck until he can't breathe in broad daylight in front of a crowd of people on camera. No, it's not like none of those things are happening, except that they still are. And who can say to the extent, or what extent, if it's the same or if it's not? See, when we was going through civil rights and all this stuff was being captured on camera, that was kind of the first time that you really saw broadcasted what black people went through from racist police, just the racism in this country, period. And now you've seen it so often that you're used to it. Never mind all the times it happens when it doesn't get recorded. You get what I'm saying? So I think it's very much prevalent still. I think they even know how to hide it better. Didn't Delroy Lindo and Michael B. Jordan just get called the N-word by somebody with Tourette's? That seems pretty racist, because where'd that behavior come from? You know what I'm saying? Stephen A. Smith is somebody who definitely picks and chooses when he wants to, I think, be for the brotherhood. You know, I'm down for the brotherhood. Yeah, I got to speak out on this. I got to say this. This is my stance about this. I stand with the brothers. I think he picks and chooses when he does that, because I think that he feels maybe the need to overcompensate by holding black men accountable as much as possible, but he does it more than I would say these white men accountable. Even the black women that he's going back and forth with. What about you see what I'm saying? The energy has always been like that. Going back to that, how he talks about these athletes. Very critical of black athletes. Don't say nothing to the white athletes. You got all this smoke for Republican Jasmine Crockett and Joy Reid and all of them. But and you had something to say about Serena, black woman, but when the white dude, her husband, came to her defense and checked you live on TV on your own show, you were stuttering. Yeah, we remember that. I remember that. Stephen A. Smith. Let me know what y'all think in the comments section, because this dude's crazy.
If I had a machine that could travel through time, I would go back some years with a Mac and a 9, 2 Uzis with a few grenades in my hand, 8Ks, HKs, more Ks than the Klan. Fuck a nigga gonna do against me with a musket. I'm talking about them days they would stone you in public. You probably go back in time to meet Jesus Christ. I'd ask Jesus for help to steal Judas ice. Amen. If I had a machine that could travel through time, I would go back some years with a Mac and a 9, 2 Uzis with a few grenades in my hand, 8Ks, HKs, more Ks than the Klan. Fuck a nigga gonna do against me with a musket. I'm talking about them days they would stone you in public. You probably go back in time to meet Jesus Christ. I'd ask Jesus for help to steal Judas ice. Amen.
You got music, you got a business, you got a product or service, but you're not making enough money off of it because you don't have enough exposure. DM or email me right now to get promoted on my platforms. I have 850,000 subscribers on YouTube. I have 460,000 followers on Instagram. I have the following that you want to get seen in front of. I was able to increase the sales of this Amazon book off of a YouTube sponsorship with just 30,000 views. And I was able to give this artist 15,000 views with the Instagram repost in less than 24 hours. So DM or email me at bookingcranklucas@gmail.com right now to get more exposure and more money for your business.